Hello, this is Yami, your Latina next door, and I have a video tutorial for you guys today. That way you guys can learn how to make these really pretty felt flowers that you can attach to a pillow cover just like this, or you can put it up as artwork on your walls, or even create beautiful little headbands for little girls. You can create this on your own, you can have your young ones help, but they're super fun, super easy. You don't need to learn how to sew or anything like that. They're basically done with hot glue and a couple of fun cutting tools that I like that actually make the process a little bit easier. I'll show you what those are. We're going to start with the round little flower petal right here, and then we're going to go do this big one. That way you guys can see how both can get done. They're super fun and super easy, and since it's summertime right now, flowers are so in, right? So this is definitely a fun project for either you or you and your girls this summer. All right, let's get started. Okay, first off, you're going to need a simple sheet of felt, just like this you get at your local craft store. And in order to cut these circles, I like to use this little cutting tool right here. Now, I prefer it because, first of all, you don't have to go by tracing a circle and cutting it out with your scissors. Sometimes you get, unattractive jagged edges, and it'll just take a lot longer. This tool will save you a lot of time, especially if you're going to do a lot of flowers. So basically you just have this little point right here that's going to hold the cutter in place, and you have this blade right here that's going to do the cutting, and you just set this to either centimeter or inches and just move it along depending on the diameter that you want. Now, if you want a 2-inch circle, you have to make sure you only do a 1-inch mark right here, because if you notice when it goes around, it's gonna take up those and make up those 2 inches. So basically you just put it down like this. You're gonna hold it at the actual blade, and then you're just gonna take it around. There we go. And there you go. You have a perfect little circle for your petals. Now, after you create this little circle, what you want to do is you want to cut it all the way to the center just like this, so that it looks like a little Pac-Man. And then, in order to lift the petal, you're going to add a little bit of hot glue right here. And then you're just going to fold it. The more you fold it inward, the higher the petal is going to lift. You just hold it there for a couple of seconds until it actually, just seals. And that's basically it. There is your little petal. Now, for the base, I kind of just like to use, I think those little petals are too small as the base. I like to get like a ribbon roll. And just place it on my felt. I'll actually trace this and then just cut around to create this. It gives a really good size for a base for your petal or your flower. So just use that. And then I start placing all around. And I'm just going to go around and I'm going to overlap, placing hot glue on each one until they're set. Now it can get messy. Hot glue tends to do that. But you can always cut off any excess or remove it at a later time. Then I do an overlap. Place it just like that. And I keep going around. And there you have it. You can always finish it off with a cute little button just like this, or a cute little jewel like this. And I actually like to keep the jewels for little headbands. They look really precious. All right, so let's put that aside and let's do our other little pretty petal. Okay, so for this tutorial, I am going to show you now how to create this flower right here. Now what you're going to need, again, is felt. I got my little sheet right here. And we're going to need to create little squares. And the best way to do that, you don't have to use one of these, but I like to use a straight cutter like this. Sometimes these are usually used to make little quilting squares. There are other ones for crafts and stuff that you can use. But since I have this, I go ahead and use this, and this is fabric. So I just use this, and I use one of these in order to see where I'm at, and just basically place them. And what I do is I just basically run this up and down and make my cut. Now for the petals, you're going to need a 1-inch square, a 1 1/4 inch square, and a 1 1/2 inch square. So basically what you do is after you cut, after you measure the inch, the 1 1/4 and the 1 1/2 inch, you're going to score it, right? Break it off, and I have one right here for you. Just something simple like this. You're going to get a strip. This is a 1-inch one, and then you just go back over, go back to the 1 inch, and just cut it just like that. And you have your little 1-inch square. Now after you cut off that little square, I have a bigger one right here so you can see it. This is a 1 1/2 inch one. You can see the difference. You're going to fold this in half. You're going to cut it up the middle, right in the center. You're going to go out in a circular fashion, back in, and then up again. Basically what you want is a little, this one's a little bit better, a shape of a little spade. Basically is what you want. So after you get this, you are going to want to dab a little bit of hot glue, pinch it until it seals. This one you're going to have to actually hold a little bit longer, just because it will open up a little bit easier than the other kind of petal. If you have any excess, just cut it off. And that's basically it. That's how you create the petal for the second flower. And you're going to have, again, 1 1/2 inch, 1 1/4 inch, and 1 inch. And this is what it looks like. Really pretty. So then again, I take a round circle. I use the side of a ribbon roll. I cut that out. And then I start going around with hot glue with the bigger ones, then the medium ones, and then the little ones in the center. All right, let's get started. Now, some can lay a little bit more like this, but when you put the next one up next to it, it'll close it up real easily. So don't worry if some kind of stay a little open like that. Gluing the next one next to it will take care of it for you. Just like that. Or you can always If you would also want to secure it a little bit better, you can glue these two petals together like this, and you can fix that problem. Again, you don't have to. You can let them free just fine. Once the glue actually dries up, you won't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, so as you can see, we're done with the flower. Everything is nice and dry. The back is all nice and set. This is basically ready to put anywhere. You can put this on a pillow cover like I did, or you can put it on a little headband for a little girl. And I want to show you exactly how to prepare it so that you can do that. Okay, so just get any kind of headband that you've already, purchased pre-made, or you can make yourself. You're going to need a circle in the same size as the other little flowers that I showed you. Something simple like this. And you're going to need one of these little clips. It could be the straight ones or these ones with little teeth. Now, you're going to fold this in half, and you're going to make 2 slits. Right here, just like that. You're going to insert this like this, but then you're going to bring this over and put the head underneath like that. And I'll show you why in just a second. So after you have it placed just like this, you're going to turn this over, and you're going to position it whichever way you want it to look. Put it underneath. Now you're going to go ahead and seal this all the way around. Now the reason you want to put the little head inside is because you want it to be secure so that it won't snag and come off. So all you do and let it set just like that. Now you have a little clip. Now once it's dry, what you do is I like to place it in the little part where it kind of connects, that way you don't see it. You just open it up, clip it in, and that's it. Heck, you can even wear this on your clothes if you want to. You could put a little brooch pin underneath. But that's what it would look like on a little headband. Super sweet. I love it. Actually, I can't wait to see my little girl with it on, if she'll keep it on long enough, right? But that's one thing you can do with it. Another thing you can use those really pretty flowers for is as a wall hanging. Now, I know you've seen these before, these little embroidery hoops. They come in unfinished versions of just bare wood, and those are super pretty. You can leave them bare, or you can actually stain them in like a walnut color. Now, just take some fabric, like this nice little duck cloth. It's almost like denim. Right here, you would obviously cut off the excess, and you can just place them randomly on top of them. You can glue it right onto it, so no sewing involved. And if you can put several of them, here, I'll take the little one from the little headband off, but you know, you can arrange, put like maybe 3 of them in there, and you can just hang it just like that. Now, I wouldn't use a plastic one because they're not very pretty. Again, use those unfinished wood ones, but this is just because this is what I have on hand right now. But yeah, you can put this, glue it right on there, and it will look adorable on your wall. So there are definitely many uses for these flowers, not just for little kids. They would look actually great as decorative pieces in your home. And as I showed you, I'm actually using it for a cute little cushion cover for my daughter's bedroom. I use the same exact material as that. Again, it's kind of like a denim, and I kind of wanted it to be a little hardy. Now, if you plan on doing this, I wouldn't suggest gluing it because it's going to make it really heavy and the fabric can start sagging. And also, you know, it can get ripped off if it's like in a little kid's room. So I would just pin it like I have here. I'll show you. Like that. Once you determined where you want them placed, I would just pin it, and then I would go in afterwards, open it up, find where I placed my pin, and then start sewing them. Oh, and that's it. Super easy. I'll show you the finished product in just a minute. So here you can see the final product. All the little flowers have been attached to the pillow. I think it actually turned out pretty good.